Step ups. So this is the correct way to do them, which means you're not going to use as much weight, but it's going to be so much better. So these are great for ankle, knee, hip rehab. Obviously, they're great for hypertrophy. They're great for strengthening, right? Unilateral, one leg at a time translates to bilateral, but the opposite is not true. But here's the problem. Most people do a step that's super high, and then they're essentially turning it into a glorified calf raise because the box is so damn high, they're pushing off this calf, and then they're kind of catching themselves on the way down. So to make step-ups actually helpful, and no, I'm not just doing the Captain Morgan pose, right, is you're going to pick the toes up on the ground that's on the foot. So now I can't push off this calf, so it's the front leg. It is significantly harder. This is about as high as you would ever really go, right? So otherwise, you know, people are just pushing off that calf and then they're just landing, right? We're doing something like this. So pick the toes up, then it's all that leg, and it is a ton of knee and hip stability. And then you're going to slowly lower yourself down. You're going to land on your heel. So toes up, control yourself down, land on the heel. So I don't want you landing like that because look at how much range of motion I still have, unless we are rehabbing an issue and where I've been instructing you to do so. Also, what people will do, especially if we're bringing out the metronome in office, which I've done with a few of you, is if I go, I want 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3 on the way down. What they do is they pause and then they crash land. No, you've got to be lowering yourself the whole time. So you're doing this, right? See how I lowered? Use English. Versus pause, 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 down. So that's how you're going to do a proper step up. We're always going to start going straight on, right? Again, this is pretty darn high. If you're going to load it for increased load for hypertrophy or strength, I don't like a bar on your back. I want dumbbells, kettlebells, a sandbag, a weight vest, whatever, but please don't put a bar on your back. This is the proper way to do a step up, and then I will show you, right, the progression from this, because especially if you're a field athlete, you've got a knee injury, I ain't releasing you to go back to the field so you can even do the harder version of a step up, but we're not there yet. And as always, refer to your exercise list for frequency recommendations.